Alright, guys, let's see if I can actually stay on this time and not get booted from the internet, shall we? Yesterday I got kicked off, like, at the end of the stream due to the internet.
Ah, I've just seen Elias and learned of the tragedy at the I will have to study these on the...
King Artorius arrived on Eternum 700 years ago to discover a people scattered and divided. Promising order, he united Southern Eternum for the first time since the era of the Ancients. The king's rule was built upon the armor-clad shoulders of his sworn knights. Courageous Sir Gawain, fierce Sir Lancelot, and the loyal Sir Galahad. Their valor was tested when hordes of corrupted attacked from the north, guided by none other than the king's fallen advisor, the wizard Myrddin. In the wake of the conflict, King Artorius was gone. Fate unknown as the kingdom crumbled. Lancelot left seeking vengeance, and Galahad to create a new life. But Sir Gawain was heir to the throne. He departed, seeking only divine blessing for his rule. Pridewin was in a dire state, ravaged by war, its people demoralized. It was Minister Lochner who held the town together, safeguarding the throne for Gawain's return. But Surgeon Jay of Ebonscale Reach captured the hearts of the people. After so many dark years, she emerged as a beacon of hope and was appointed Knight Regent. Now the minister informs us he spotted Sir Gawain's sails on the horizon. And we prepare for the true heir to finally come home and claim his throne.
Now perhaps you understand how momentous Gawain's return really is. And why it's so worrisome to hear this news from the mine, and from the farms. Though Minister Lochner has been keeping it quiet to avoid a panic, we've had quite a few refugees claiming their farms are overrun with lost. But Lochner assures me it's under control. If you have further questions, ask him. I must get to studying these fragments. Let's hope they yield answers.
After so many years without our true leader, it's natural to have doubts. But I assure you the hour draws near. The bloodline of Artorius will soon sit again upon the throne. What we have endured here pales in comparison with what challenges Gawain has faced in his long journey home. But he has persevered for you, the people of Pridewin. We must ask ourselves, how will we show, nay prove, to our new king that we are as devoted to him as he is to us. When the hour arrives, I know he will find his subjects have remained true. And we will honor him as we once honored Artorius himself! And pledge our undying loyalty.
Ah, our brave newcomer returns. I understand the Knight Regent dispatched you to the mines. A lot to ask of a guest, but it's her prerogative. Do tell, though. I hope the situation there wasn't as dire as it sounded.
She said that, did she?
Well, yes, I do recall receiving at least one dispatch. But her demands were absolutely out of the question. The foremen wanted us to send all our knights to help defend the mines, but that was, of course, impossible. With all the preparations for the return of the true heir, we simply can't dispatch our knights everywhere they're needed. I was preparing to send a few knights, but then I was told that you had been given the task. Oh, by all means, tell her I will come as soon as I finish my vital work on behalf of the true heir, which was proceeding apace before I was interrupted. Tell her it won't be long. And thank you for your service to Prydwen.
You return, but without Minister Lochner. I assume he claimed he was too busy with his preparations? Perhaps it's just as well. As Knight Regent, it may be best if I handle matters personally going forward. You return, but without Minister Lochner. I assume he claimed he was too busy with his preparations? Perhaps it's just as well. As Knight Regent, it may be best if I handle matters personally going forward. While you are away, Foreman Musa visited and related the whole story from the mines. She says the day after the mysterious tablet appeared, lost pirates attacked the mines, seemingly out of nowhere. These pirates could only have come from the Beseth shore to the north. There was a den of brigands there, and now they are apparently lost. This seems to be an alarming trend, and we must find the source of it. I have already dispatched Sir Payne to the north, which is my duty as Knight Regent. Lochner will not be pleased, but perhaps he will now deign to pay me a visit. You are eager and courageous, and it is most welcome. My hope is that you and Sir Payne can deter the pirates from further incursions, and discover what drives them. May fortune go with you both.
Alright, guys, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Alright, so I was messaging a guy on here, and he was nice and told me, so in case anybody's interested. Hold on. Let me see what he said real quick. Great sword is good for AoE. Rapier, which is what I'm using now, is a good single target DPS. And a spear is mostly for debuffs for a group. So if you're like me and play by yourself, just use the Rapier, which so far is working pretty well for me. In my opinion, bow and Rapier is really good. But yeah, that's my opinion. You can have your own play style, but that's just what I was told.
good of you to join us, my valiant friend. I heard about your heroics at the mine. You definitely have the makings of a knight. For now, we are simply grateful to have your support. Not quite a full contingent here, I'm afraid. Before you do anything else, you must build yourself a campsite. It's the wise move when we're this far from Pridewen. There's a splendid spot nearby. Set your tent, relax a bit if you like. We'll be here. Ah, you're back. I'm at a bit of a loss here. A few months ago, this barren beach had nothing but a smattering of pirates. Now it appears to be a war camp, with more pirates and supplies arriving by the minute. Indeed. It's gonna take an army to drive them out, and we currently lack an army. Perhaps we should pursue a more honorable approach to resolving this conflict. You two stay here and defend our position. I will go forth and challenge the leader of the pirates to a duel. And when I am victorious, I will demand that they withdraw from these shores forthwith, never to return. Oh, well, yes. Good point. I suppose our options will be more limited then. I'm afraid I'm not much of a strategist in a scenario like this. What do you think would be most prudent? That's a grand idea. They've been unloading cargo using the smaller rowboats. If you can destroy their rowboats and all the cargo they've dropped, that would slow them down. I'll stay and keep an eye out for their leader.
on, you stiff-necked fool. What possible interest would I have in spying on this pathetic little outpost you got here?
You see, that is precisely the kind of thing a spy would say, particularly when she was caught creeping around near our camp.
Tell me this then, Sir Wisdom. What exactly would I be wanting to learn? How you scratch your arse in an iron suit?
Ha! Trying to distract me with insults, eh? But it won't work.
Took your sweet time getting here. I was sizing up the pirate base until this suspicious sod nabbed me. Can you tell him I'm not a spy? Yeah, very funny.
Ah, well. If you know her, then I suppose that we could give her another chance. But I'll have my eye on you, young lady.
Better keep your eyes to yourself, unless you want them poked out.
Bravo, my bold friend! I feared the pirates would overwhelm you, but it seems you are nigh unstoppable. And I suppose if you're willing to vouch for Miss O'Malley, we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. For the moment, at least. The woman claims she snuck into the pirates' den and there are hundreds within. But can we really trust her? After all, she is a pirate herself. Very well, then. If she's to be believed, the source of this plague on our lands may well be inside. You'll have to hear her account yourself. If you're willing to venture into the den on her word, then so be it. We'll hold this position, but be wary. The pirates were fierce even before becoming lost.
Have you ever met such coordinated pirates? It's like they went to school or something. How will people ever find their way to Bridewin if they can't even survive this beach? I was a baby and an absolute terror. Folks here say I used to leap out from behind trees and startle them. My bag had a fleur-de-lis, and I spoke a little French back then. Royal? Ha! Hardly. I just want to make these pirates cry for their mothers. If only they didn't have so many weapons and barrels of gunpowder. Oh, what a good way to turn the barrels on them. Sneak up on the pirates, light their barrels, and then boom! Pirates blown to pieces! I'll keep watch here and make sure no one foils our grand plan.
Well now, I do hope you straightened everything out with Sir Pain in me arse. I tried to tell that sod, if you want to defeat these pirates, I know the way. Not spying so much as taking a measure of the place. Heard there were pirates up here and thought they might be sitting on some valuable loot. And they've got some loot, sure enough. But they don't even seem to care about it. I guess that's what happens when you lose your soul. I'll tell you. But if you go in, I'll be expecting some treasure in exchange for my information. I worked hard for it after all. So here it is. There's a glowing altar in there, and the bastards are drawn to it like flies to a carcass. Smash the damn thing, and I bet they'll all buzz off. For someone like you, maybe. Not for me. But hey, don't forget our deal. Snatch me up some valuables in there, and we'll be that much closer to getting a ship.
Wow! That was magnifique! You're Andy with gunpowder barrels. Had Sir Payne witnessed this, he might have even made you a squire. Oui, Sir Payne sees the spark of a knight in me. I have to train more, and fight more, and impress the regent. But you'll see, I'll become a knight soon. Then everyone will call me Sir Ash.
Well, now, look who made it in and out of the pirates' den safely. I knew you could do it. Unlike this sod. Tell me, did you find that glowing altar? See there, we make a good team. I go in first, all sneaky-like, and get the lay of the land. Then you follow up with force, taking care of business. Of course, for a partnership, it's vital all parties profit in a venture. Now that's a right decent friend. This'll get me a bit closer to securing my ship.
No surprise there. Miss O'Malley gets what she wants and disappears. I do hope your courage accomplished more than padding her coin purse. I can only imagine the filth you had to wade through to reach the heart of the pirate's den. Did you find the foul sorcery Miss O'Malley claimed was there? Interesting. Perhaps that's why we're seeing even fewer of the scoundrels coming ashore than before. This revelation should be taken back to the Knight Regent with all haste. I must keep vigil here. Ensure these scoundrels don't attempt any further incursions to the south. You must go alone and go quickly. Use the spirit shrine to return to Pridewen. It's a bit jarring, but time is of the essence.
I have to confess, seeing you return brings me a great deal of relief. I need people I can trust, now more than ever. In fact, your enterprising friend Grace O'Malley was here. She drives a hard bargain, but I am strongly considering her offer. Grace says she was with you up north, and the pirates were rallying to some strange altar. Is it possible it's connected to the tablet from the mine? Exactly. She's been studying the fragments you brought back from the mine for a while. Surely she's learned something. If so, I would ask you to work with Moira to follow up on any leads. I, unfortunately, must attend to less pleasant matters. Yes, you've earned that right. I must soon deal with Minister Lochner's disrespect head-on. He's avoiding me, and there are things he must answer for. I must handle this myself, though. You should seek out Moira straight away. Dealing with this plague of lost is the kingdom's highest priority.
Ah, just the person I was hoping to see. Comparing the tablet fragments to other stonework from the region, I believe I found where it came from. I know you've just returned from the north. If it's true that the pirates are indeed all lost, did you see anything similar to the tablet? Well, it's hard to say for sure, but it's possible it comes from the same place. The ancient ruins of Caladan in the Eastern Wood. Caladan, and indeed all the ruins of Eternum, are shrouded in centuries, if not millennia, of unsolvable mysteries. Of course, and you are better suited than I am. Before you go, however, let me tell you what we do know of the ancients that once walked these lands.
Eternum's ruins tell the tale of a magnificent civilization that once dominated the island. Its architects, the ancients, discovered or possibly created the energy we call Azos. In the millennia that followed, humanity came from countless prehistoric cultures: Sumeria, China, Egypt, and more. They were called to explore the sea, summoned by the ancients to this island. These early arrivals worshipped the ancients as gods. They toiled under the ancients' guidance, building hundreds of monuments and towers. But humanity's savage nature could not be tamed. Wars broke out, and amid the chaos, corruption first appeared. To combat this new menace, the ancients imbued a chosen few with gifts. These heroes were granted monumental powers and life eternal. The wars raged on for centuries, and the ancients blessed entire armies. But most of the human vessels degraded into mindless skeletal warriors. Those wars ended millennia ago, and the ancients disappeared. But their haunted guardians still protect the ruins, oblivious to the fact their cause has long since lost its meaning.
Now you know why most on Eternum avoid ruins at all costs. I myself have only visited Caladan once, but if we're to find answers, that's where we'll be. You're a brave soul, but don't go too deep. There are unspeakable dangers down there. Stick to the surface. That's where our tablet came from. Go, now.
Oh, yeah. I can feel the party coming on already. We got wine and honey cakes. It's gonna be a feast.
Well, if it isn't the Night Regent's new page. On an errand even now, I presume. I am curious what merits such urgent attention when Jay's duty as regent so soon draws to an end. The Night Regent should not be conducting affairs she can't reveal to her people. Wouldn't you agree? I've served as Pridewind's minister since before her birth. I should be informed of this matter. You presume much, Page. I simply wish to convey any pressing matters to the true heir when he arrives. Keep your secrets, but know this. Pridewind will be united as never before to honor the royal bloodline. Nothing else matters.
Did you venture forth for freedom or fame? I came here to live happily with my sweetheart, a Moorish woman. We both fled from impending execution for our forbidden love. Who knew I'd one day crave death, like water in the desert? It is when you're the reason your woman is no more. Even the moon burns you. Fatima's soul gave up on me. She came to me in a dream the other day and asked me to piece together this mirror. But I don't have all the fragments. Would you? Fatima said if I piece this mirror for her, she'll finally find peace. The peace I stole from her. Oh, we were so happy once. But all the sacrifices we made. Have you ever been with someone and yet felt so alone?
The Ancients clearly had ways of controlling the Guardians. I wonder if it's the same magic that powers the altars. I found runes here that light up when the lost come near them. Maybe there are more objects like these within the nearby ruins of Antares, so I shall continue my search there. For the true heir and the rest of Pridewind's glory, we will find a way to unite behind the royal bloodline once again. These altars in Caladan seem to have some sort of power over the lost. Power might be the wrong word. Definitely some kind of influence. I can use young Giza's notes to figure out how to channel their essence. And if I can't tap into their magic, maybe I can convey them to where they'll be most useful. I must think this plan through to support my true king in the way he deserves. Only then can I join him.
I'm thankful to have found you, young one. I fear I may have missed some additional clues on the fragments. I came after you right away. Before I speak further, however, did you find anything of interest in the ruins of Caladan? Anything at Lochner? Out here, studying the ruins? Why, that makes no sense at all. Let me see these notes you found. These notes are very troubling. It's hard to say exactly what Lochner seeks to achieve, but it does not seem like it's for the good of Pridwen. Yes, that much is clear. But we cannot leave yet. In my further study of the fragments, I saw new clues. The tablet's not from Caladan, but rather Antares. I know I've already asked much and offered poor direction, but Antares is close. I'm pleading with you. Please investigate before we return to Pridwen. Whatever you find, come back, and then we will return to Pridwen, inform the Night Regent, and confront Lochner. I will wait here. Do hurry.
Gracias, kind soul. Fatima always loved her mirrors. With this last fragment, she can have her final one. She said mirrors have a certain magic to them. And I can sense the energy in this. Almost a strange calling.
Your friend Grace has come with dire news from Pridewin. But first, you have to tell me what you found. Any further clues to Lochner's plans?
Is that what the bastard's up to? That's more twisted than even I imagined. But I might explain what happened back in Pridewin. The Knight Regent went to confront the good minister, and instead, she found him leading a crowd down south to welcome the true heir.
Now that's not so strange. If Gawain has arrived, it makes sense. Perhaps this is a misunderstanding, and Lochner is simply trying to lead the lost away.
Call yourself a sage? Look past your scrolls to see the man's behaviour. Even the Knight Regent knows Lochner's gone mad. And let me tell you, she's not happy. I don't know if she's thinking that far ahead yet. She just hopped on her horse and rode off, shouting at me to find you and meet her at Purdue Farms.
Ah, then she's expecting a fight. Going to find Sir Priscilla, a fellow knight and confidant who hasn't come to Pridewin in many moons. This is serious. Though my scrolls may not have all the answers, I might find a way to counteract the sorcery Lochner seeks to employ. I should return to town. Very well. If Sir Gawain doesn't arrive soon, there may not be a kingdom left for him to rule. I hope this all starts making sense soon.
The Knight Regent asked me to scout the eastern farms on the way, so I'll mark Sir Priscilla's place on your map and meet you there. Good winds to us both.
Whew, the fish aren't biting much today. Perhaps I've caught too many here. Merde! Have I disappointed your plans? You can't fish? That is horrible to hear. It is such a pleasure. Life is difficult, no? Even the smallest things out of reach. But when you fish, you can reflect. As simple as finding happiness. Well, at times, yes. Easy as digging for worms, at least. And one can lead to the other. Pardon me, I can ramble. Reflection is good, yes, but it can lead to brooding. My leg, she makes it difficult to focus now and again. Oh, I'm out of bait. You? No, 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 no. I cannot ask you this. Look at you, that heroic garb of yours. Clearly an important person. Scrounging for bait, this is peasant's work. Well, if you insist, of course. I could do this myself, you know, but your eagerness. I'd be unchivalrous to decline. Oh, and you can find bait in the bushes nearby. You see? Very simple to do. Also, I need no charity, so... for you, your first fishing pole. She is old and weathered, yes, but very capable still. And for your first lesson, casting without bait is a waste of your time. And the fishes. Think of the bait like a paintbrush. Catching the fish. Now that's the art. Yes, you get it, don't you? The vision. Start with a humble pond, and you'll soon graduate to the great wide ocean. There, you may find the masterpiece. I speak of my dream, my eternal longing, my nemesis. The greatest, most terrible fish to ever swim in water. Gladys. Yes, Gladys. A wily foe and the end of many a fish dreamer. I was not always so sedentary, you know? I have Gladys to thank for that. She took from me that which was dearest in all the world. And yet I will best that scaly brute and have my vengeance. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, my dreamy young apprentice. We all must start somewhere, so get to it. Catch us a fish. Fantastic. Fantastic, you have been busy with your reel. A master fisher in the making indeed. A burgeoning artist, I might even say. Listen to you. You are as sunlight that glimmers upon the deepest waters. La lueur. I think my ancient fishing ensemble would interest you. Yes, the seekers of the questing bass. A sacred order of knights. Who fish. We are noble, regal, not quite profitable. My squires are working on that. They are younger, mine's more flexible for business. One is so diligent, the other is a bit of an idler, and I am stuck in my ways. Oh, what a group we are. La lueur indeed. Even after I say these silly things, still you are eager to continue onwards. There is knightly spirit in you. Oh, yes. I can see your glimmer now. Yes. Go and see my squire, Khadija. If she approves of your skills, then I, Peyronel Lenoir, as Fisher Regent, will accept you into our order.
Pitching hay and shoveling manure. It doesn't suit you, Priscilla.
Puts my mind at ease. Clear, complicated work.
And when was the keen swordplay of our most dutiful knight ever complicated?
I only raise my sword now to keep the lost at bay.
Priscilla, you're not making any sense.
I can't even say it. You wouldn't believe me anyway. We were naive to be so hopeful.
I cannot imagine what's come over her. Sir Priscilla was Pridewin's most honorable knight. And now, when we need her most, she refuses my orders. Everyone seems to think Gawain's already assumed command. Lockney is in outright defiance. He's changed. I don't even know him anymore. Is that what you discovered in the ruins? Was Lockney behind the strange tablet at the mine? The pirates, too? I am having trouble understanding what his ultimate goal is, or if he even has one. I don't know. I now question everything the minister said, but the knights at Ternon Keep did meet Sir Gawain. Priscilla did tell me that much. Priscilla was there, in fact, but she won't talk about it. It's infuriating. I need a moment to collect myself. If you are so inclined, you should try and talk to her.
If you're expecting to have more luck flying me for answers than the Knight Regent, think again. I don't know you, and I sure as hell don't owe you anything. And truth be told, I don't owe her either. I've forsworn my oath. The politics of Pridewin are no longer my concern. I'm perfectly capable of defending my land and estate. Outside of that, it's none of my business what goes on, who falls, and who doesn't. The knights I served with at Tiernan Keep were the bravest, most loyal men and women I've ever known. To think of them as fallen, it's too much to bear. I believe that to be the case, though some may remain. I left one day, and I haven't gone back. If you want to know what's happened at Tiernan Keep, I suggest you go and have a look for yourself. Then, you can try to explain it to the Knight Regent. I've said as much as I'm going to say. You and the Knight Regent are welcome to shelter here, but I'll answer no more questions. If you are going to venture into Tiernan Keep, I suggest you don't tell the Knight Regent. It's better she doesn't go there. There's nothing left for any of us.
As royal ladies, we've always been protected. We led lavish lives in the Joseon court, and for a while, in Ebonscale Reach. It's the first time we're living out in the wilds, like common folk. We're trying to adapt. Yes, once upon a time I was even destined to be queen. But I lost my betrothed to the sea, on our way to the island. My mother hasn't given up hope I will be married one day. She fears the worst if I don't. That I'll turn into a lost. Like the ones who haunt this island. A creature with no purpose but to haunt women with better prospects. Mother grew up with tales of the virgin ghost. It's hard to shake her out of her belief. My mother will have your ear off with all her arguments. For now, I'll surrender to the shadow of her blind belief. Unless, do you think there's a way you could bring back artifacts? To prove some lost used to be married?
Be right back, gotta use the restroom. I'm just gonna put your splash on my lid so you know. Ugh. Look how dramatic they die. Okay. Here.
Show me your smile. Ah, your teeth are radiant. Do you
Okay,
use
I beg your
miswak
pardon,
to
you
brush
creepy,
them?
creepy man.
In the Ottoman Empire, everyone had good teeth. Here, not so much. Here, people eat whatever they get.
He wants my teeth.
More days than a snail has teeth. I left to pursue my great ideas in my reckless youth. I still feel as reckless and almost as young. And if I can get enough wolf teeth, I'll finally be able to craft my invention. I already have 26 pearly white wolf fangs. I need 6 more, just like them. They should be from robust middle-aged wolves. Warriors, if you can spot them. Could you get the teeth for me? I'll be grateful.
I have been ruined. I can't work like I once used to. Oh, what good are hands when your mind is occupied by the demons that plague your dreams? Scars. My father's mistakes wore him down till he broke. He always thought the world was better. He shattered when he saw the truth. He lost himself in making glassworks. People came from all over the island to buy them. He had a deep relationship with glass, knew exactly which mineral would elicit the color he desired. His works were treasures that brought hope. But now, they're lost in a house filled with horrors. Would you? I can't step foot in that house. There are too many memories. It isn't easy to be second place in your father's eyes. Please just get the glassworks, if you can.
My only problem I have with this game, well, one of many problems, but one of the major problems is there's no way to track so you can make sure you get all the quests you need. Like all the side quests. Unless I'm blind. Pretty good. I actually prefer it better on the console, to be honest. I played it on the computer when it first came out, but I think it's better on the console.